The renovation of existing intersections often causes a demand for complex geometry solutions. Splash has tools that are very useful for this. For example, when widening an existing intersection. Now, let's use MicroStation and simply draft an intersection of some kind of crazy geometry. Now, what we want to do is, it's easy enough to draft the curve here, but if we want to project this existing slope over and come up with the elevations for that geometry, Splash has a very nice tool for that. So let's create an alignment, and then we'll say replace all PIs with artwork. That's the artwork. So now our alignment follows the artwork. Next, what we'll do is for vertical design, instead of trying to design the vertical, we'll say we'd like to have a continuous offset relationship. And the relationship is to this alignment, center line of this existing road. Now, a simple one would be to simply say, well, I'd like to go on a down 2 feet for every 100 feet, so a 2% slope. Okay? And now this has elevations. So if we use our question mark, get the dialog where we can read it. Parent elevation 2078.23, 2077, 2077.41. So what it's doing is a 2% slope has been projected from the main road out to this artwork that we drafted, and we now have an alignment that has both a horizontal and a vertical geometry. Now, it could be that we didn't actually want it to be the bottom slope, so let's say it was the top of the curb we were trying to actually design. So with our continuous offset relationship to that alignment, we could say we need to add a half a foot. Now, what that'll do is it will project the 2%, and then once it gets to the curve here that we've drafted, it will raise up a half a foot to establish the elevation on the top of the curve. Now, some other features we can use is we can extend the cross slope through another alignment. So, for example, if this were in super elevation, or this was a changing slope for whatever reason, then rather than typing in a 2% slope, we could say to measure the slope from here to here, and then project that slope until it comes out to the curb and assigns the elevation. Then add the modifier of a half a foot to that. One other thing we can do is we can, by default, the tool measures normal to the controlling alignment, or in other words, this street center line. You can toggle and make it measure rather normal to this alignment. Now, that would be inappropriate in this example, but one place that is convenient is when you are doing retaining walls that are at an angle to the road, and you actually want to a 2% constant slope, for example, coming off the road to the top of the retaining wall, but you want that slope to be normal to the retaining wall, not the road. You throw that toggle, you've automatically have all your elevations, which can be quite complex. You can also mirror your left and right such that if this alignment crossed over the road, it would become negative. It would also become minus 2% on the other side of the road rather than going straight up the road. So, that's all there is. We have a curb and gutter designed based upon the elevations of the center of the road.